All right. Once again, I'd like to take this time to thank everybody for making it out here to Williamsburg on short notice. And one last reminder that our athletic director, Samantha Hughey, and our players will be available after Coach Laycock's question and answer. And with that, I introduce head coach Jimmye Laycock.
I appreciate that. First off, this is not the way I wanted to do it. I want to just say I'm done and take off. Because it's obviously very emotional when you've been at a place as long as I've been here and been involved as many people as I've been here. But I announced that this will be my last year, and I hate to say retirement because that seems old, but I guess I am old. But this will be my last year, and I want to put the emphasis on moving forward. Don't want to put the emphasis on what's happened or what's gone through or what's a year have been like and reminisce and all that. I'm not interested in doing that. I think there'll be a time and place for that after the season. The emphasis is on the players and getting ready for this year. There's certainly a lot of people to thank, whether it's players, coaches, administrators, fans, family, whatever like that. But I'd like to take and wait until it's actually over before I actually get involved in doing all that. So we'll wait on that. There'll be plenty of time to discuss that and talk about that and thank people, after the season. But it's time. It was time for me. It was my decision. I'd given it. I think those of you who know me that I'm not going to do things on the spur of the moment or that like that. I give it a lot of thought, and it has to come to an end sooner or later. I mean, I'm healthy. There's nothing that I know of is health related whatsoever. But it's just good. I wanted to be able to leave and be healthy and do a lot of other things later on. Obviously, I'm kind of been in football, kind of old school in that. I'm kind of a guy with a one-track mind, and when I lock in, I lock in, and I don't know any other way to do it, and I can't do it halfway, half-assed, or anything like that. I got to do it the full way, and that's the way I plan on doing this year. I plan on doing it full this year, but then I can't just kind of back off and things like that. That's just not me. So it's a point where I need to say, okay, this is it. I'm going to do the best I can this year. I can assure you that. I assure the players that, and I told them that last night, and told the coaches that too last night. And now the emphasis should be on this year's team, not on me. I've tried to make it never about me or what I've done or what I haven't done, which is plenty. But it's about the team and about the program and about the school, and that's the way. That's the way I'm going to continue this year. I can assure you that. We're going to go ahead, and for those of you that want to talk during the season reminisce about this and that, I really appreciate it. If you don't, I appreciate we just talk about the upcoming game or the players and this type of thing. But so again, I appreciate you coming out. Thanks for being here. Like I said, I told some people, I said, when I'm finished, they're going to see, I'm going to hang a sign on my door that said, "Gone to the golf course, it's over." But the powers to be probably talked me out of doing it that way. So I'm doing it this way, and this is it. So we're getting ready to embark on the football season. I'm excited about the prospects for this year. We got a great young group coming back. We got a group that's worked extremely hard. We got a great group of coaches who've put in an unbelievable amount of hours and preparation and worked for it, and we're excited about getting started. We'll start practice this afternoon, and then be full steam ahead. So, okay, that's enough of me rambling on. So I'll be certainly glad to try to to address any questions or anything that you'd like me to hit on, other than, talking about my favorite players or my favorite teams or my favorite games or my favorite this or favorite that. Because, again, like I said, that's reminiscing, and I'm not really into doing that right now. All right? Questions? Yeah, John.
Hey, Jimmy, can you start by telling us maybe when this decision hit you and why now to act on it?
Well, it wasn't just a one-time thing that I woke up and said, this is it. No, I can assure you that. And as you know me and other people know me, that I'm going to give things a good bit of thought. It has just kind of built up over a period of time, probably. And then this summer, I had opportunity. I reflected on it a lot. And Terry's here. We talked over the years, and I said, Terry, I'm never going to be one that's going to have to be rolled out of the office. Don't worry. I'm not going to stay around here, forever and ever. That's not me. I turned 70, and I really didn't think I'd be coaching until I was 70. To be honest with you, a while back, but I have been, and I am, and but it's just kind of a lot of things that just kind of just felt like it was the right time to do it. And what was your other part? I'm sorry.
About when did you decide this was going to be the right time?
When?
Summer.
I would say it's probably over the summer that I concluded the idea that, I think, and I've talked with Samantha, and I haven't talked to many people about it, to be honest with you. I've talked to my family, but not a whole lot of people, because again, I mean, it's my decision. It's me, I mean, I can't ask somebody to tell me what to do, what not to do. I got to do that. That's just like, coaching football. I got to do what I got to do, But it's just, it just came up, and I just said, let's just wrap it up and go now, okay? Yeah.
What was the reaction from your players? What are they going through? Have any of them started saying, please don't go right now?
No, they stood up and cheered. They were glad I was leaving, No, I think it's a lot probably for them to take in, and I didn't talk individually to the players, and I talked to them as collectively last night, and that was very difficult, very difficult.
Follow-up question: was this a kind of a gut-wrenching decision? It feels like.
Yes and no. Yes and no, Brian. I got to the point where I was very comfortable with the decision. I got comfortable with it. Okay. Initially, thinking about it, it might have been gut wrenching a little bit. Like, can I really do that? I mean, that's one of the things that I've always used as a yardstick in making decisions about my future. And as you all know, there's been a few jobs, things that have come along over the years, and things that have happened with other positions at other schools. And always the first thing that I would think about would be, could I leave William & Mary? And that was the same thing with this decision.
Think about waiting until the end of the season. Why before the season?
I want to be fair to William & Mary. I think it's the right thing to do for the school. The right thing to do for the school, for the program, for everybody involved, David. And it just felt right to go ahead and get it out. If I make this decision, and I felt this way, I mean, I couldn't live with myself if I went through the season with that. I couldn't have done that. I mean, it just couldn't. So to me, it's just better get it out in front of everybody. Everybody knows. Okay, now let's forget about all this stuff and let's just get going and concentrate on the year. But I thought about that too, and once I was solid and comfortable with the decision, then I felt like it was important that I did it now. Yeah. Yeah. Do you
anticipate, or do you want to have a role in choosing your successor?
No, I mean, we've got some great guys on our staff. We've had some great guys come through here, but that's Samantha and the powers to be here at William & Mary. That's not my deal. Yeah, Paul.
Your profession can be one that's sort of a vagabond profession where you're moving every 4 or 5 years to a better job or what looks like a better job. You stay here, your family has grown up here, your kids have gone, in a rare instance, all your kids have gone through school here, I guess, from kindergarten through high school. How important was that to you, and what does it mean to you that you've been able to do that?
You're really trying to screw me up, aren't you? I really appreciate that. No. Let's just leave it at the fact that it was extremely, extremely important. And if I go further on that, I probably couldn't finish.
Jimmye, I have one question.
Yeah.
Going into this year, what are you expecting of this team this year? And given that you're leaving, are you trying to tell them, hey, don't do this for me, do this for you?
No, and then I told him that last night, right? I said, no, this is not about me. I'm not doing this as a ploy to motivate the players to have a great year. No, that's as far from the truth as possible. I want them to have a great year for themselves. I want them to work for themselves. I want them to achieve success for themselves. It's all about them, and it's about the program, about the coaches working hard and doing their thing. That's what it's all about. It's not win one for me. No. I've never. I don't go there. I really don't go there. Yeah, Sean.
Ron had talked about this possibly being a gut-wrenching decision for you.
Mm-hmm.
It's been made. Do you feel at peace with the decision that you made?
Yeah. I do. Short answer, yes, I do. I don't have second thoughts. I don't plan to unretire or anything like that. No, but like John had asked me when and stuff like that. I said, I wanted to be sure that I was good with it before I did it. I didn't want to do it spur of the moment. I just didn't want to do it. And that's another thing. I didn't want to do it. Another reason why I didn't want to do it after the season is those of you who coaches and people the season is hard on you. It takes its toll on you. And sometimes you can make a decision after the season that maybe is not the right decision. It's based on emotion and things like that. So that's one of the other reasons why I wanted to do it now. But once I came to grips with this is the right thing to do, and and then obviously you can't help. I mean, I personally, you can't help about thinking about afterwards, like, what am I going to do? Because I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. But I guess we'll cross that bridge when we come to it. Yeah, David.
You say you don't know what you're going to do, but will you stay in Williamsburg? Have you put a down payment on a place at Lake Oconee?
I can't afford Lake Oconee. Let's put it that way right now. I eat Beamer and Friedgen and Bruce Arians and all those guys down there. No, I will stay in Williamsburg. I stay in Williamsburg. 3 things I've always said. Well, not always, but for a good while that I've said that. When I finish coaching, I want to go to the beach in August. I want to tailgate in September, and I want to play golf in October. I'm a man of simple means. I really am. Simple. But I've never been to a tailgate. I've never been to the beach in August, and I've never played golf in October. So, well, tell you one thing. Next year we're gonna find out. We'll find out. But again, that's next year. That's another time, another place, and it really, and again, that is one of the things that's a little daunting is, what do you do when you wake up in the morning? I mean, I'm here all the time, for reasons or no reasons. I'm here. I mean, that's just it. And, adjusting to that probably will be the tough thing. But, hey, we'll get through it. I mean, I'm fine. But again, like I said, I'm not trying to spend much time thinking about time after football. I'm trying to think about this year and doing as good a job as we can do this year. Yeah, Deuce.
If you were at a tailgate party with a bunch of us and somebody asked you, what do you think your legacy is? What would you say?
Well, it depends on how many beers I'd had at the tailgate. No, and again, get back to what Paul had said too. The legacy is what people want to perceive it to be so far as William and Marion, so far as football. I don't have any I had no control over that. That's for other people to decide and things like that. I'm just proud of my kids.
For what
Jimmye,
it's worth,
I know you don't want to reminisce about games and players and such, but could you at least take us back and reminisce when Ben hired you and what you felt like going through that process and how important it was to you to get the job at your alma mater, what it meant to you then?
Well, I was 31 years old, and I was a coordinator there at Clemson, and we had just, been to 3 bowls and had, and that I take a lot of pride in that because when I came to Clemson, they hadn't been to a bowl in 18 years, and we kicked it right in 77 and 78, 79, so, and then the thing came up with William and Mary, and I don't know, I called up here and talked to them, and it's well documented. I mean, hell, they wanted to hire somebody else, and they couldn't afford to bring anybody else in for an interview, so they finally hired me, third choice. I mean, that happened, and they told me that before the press conference that day too. And I said, "Hey, you stuck with me, big guy. Y'all got it, So he gave me a big time 3-year contract with, I ain't gonna tell you how much money that was. That wasn't. But anyway. Had I known the situation, what it was like here, I probably would have been, I don't know if I would have been as quick to take the job as I did, but it was an eye-opening experience. It was very eye-opening, and, and I had great guys on that first staff, Ralph and Danny Smith, who's still with Pittsburgh, and, of course, Kevin, and, all these guys. And it was beyond tough. It was beyond tough, but we persevered. We did what we had to do. And the good thing was when I came, I saw what big time football was. I experienced that down there. But I also knew William and Mary, having been here and played under Marv and Lou and been around with Bobby Ross and all these people. And I knew what William and Mary was. I knew that. So I felt like I could work the two together. There's things I could bring from Clemson and ideas that would do it, and things that I knew about William Murray that I wanted to either emphasize or tweak or change. Yeah, it was tough. I went to Ben. I went to Ben that first spring. I said, "Where are we going to have spring practice?" And he said, "Well, we got the field in front of Yates. You can do calisthenics on." And I said, "That's not really what I was thinking about, So we ended up out there at Eastern State, take these green buses out to Eastern State and did that. So I mean, there's a lot of things, a lot of things like that. But now, to be here in this facility now, to walk out of the other facility over there, to have that we have right now, I feel like William Mary football is in very good shape. It's poised to continue to move forward and be successful well after I'm out of here.
How have you always defined success, and how will you define it this year?
Success is doing the very best you can and giving the very best effort that you can. I've talked with the coaches and felt like the coaching is very simple. You get as good a players as you can, and you work to help them reach their potential. And if you get enough players who reach their potential, the wins and losses will take care of themselves. You'll do that. And that's what we've always tried to do, is get players and get them to be as good as they can be over a period of time. And then, the thing about being here, I've been asked many times about being here, what's one of the best things or the best thing about being here as long as I have been. It's seeing players continue to achieve success after they graduate, to go on and be successful, whether it's in, some in pro football, obviously, but in business and in their jobs, with their family, socially, and all that. That's the thing that I take the greatest satisfaction out of. And with this announcement, a lot of them have reached back with that too. But yeah, George.
Yeah, Jimmye, I knew Jimmye Laycock back when he was 21. I had a lot of hair back then, so did he. And I left William Murray in 77 or 78, basketball coach, and he called me up and said, "I think I'm interested in that William Murray job." I said, "Jimmye, it's a hard job."
George tried to talk me out of it, that's for sure. He tried to talk me out. I said, "You don't want this." I know, I would, yeah. But,
He took the job, and I tell you, it's a tough job, and look what he's done.
yeah, I think, it was probably talk about dropping football even back then and stuff like that. I didn't know any better. I was dumb, naive, thought it,
Well, what he's done right now has been unbelievable. He's
Yeah.
done these facilities, I never thought I'd see these kind of things happen, and of course, people that believed him too, was like a guy like Joe Montgomery, he put a lot of money in the, weight room and this facility too, but that was connections of
Well-
Murray being Weed and Murray.
Well, it's been a great run, and I, for the most part, enjoyed most of it. There's been, tough times, and there's been other things that have come up, and there's been some things that were concerning and things, but, it is what it is, Yeah, Deuce.
You're coming off of a couple of un-Laycock-like seasons.
Mhm.
What's your gut hunch about this team and its potential this year?
I feel like we were very, very young last year, extremely young. I think we're a little bit older, a little bit better this year. I feel like we've got great leadership on this team. I think that's always something that's important, and I know we will prepare, and I know we will compete. Football is oblong. You don't know how it's going to bounce, but I have a strong feeling that these guys, these guys, and these coaches too. I mean, don't just forget about the coaches that we have on the staff, because we've got outstanding coaches, and they work hard, and they'll do everything they can, and then we'll live with the results if we give the best effort. That's what I tell them every year. It's have a good attitude and give great effort. After that, we'll go with him.
What will you miss about this at the end of the day? What will you miss about any of this?
I don't know. I mean, I'm sure I'll miss the preparation, the interaction with the coaches, the interaction with the players, to see something come together, to see guys work together, to see the team aspect, to be part of a team thing. And football, I feel like is the ultimate team game, and to all those kind of things. I will. I mean, there's some things. I mean, some things I won't miss. I assure you that. I think it's been about 10 years since I've taken a week off in the summer. So I'm planning on doing some of that too. I won't miss that. I won't miss coming in here on Saturdays and Sundays all the time and during the summer and doing that stuff. I won't miss that. But I will miss some parts of recruiting. I really enjoy talking to young men and their parents and dealing with such just fine players that we deal with. And I'll miss some of that.
Will you miss the media?
That's a loaded question, isn't it, John? Yes, I will. I really will. Because, I've been treated extremely fairly throughout. I feel like we've got a good rapport, and it's developed over the years. There's a level of trust that's been established over the years. And, I've had nothing but positive dealings with members of the media, John. And that's that's true. I'm not just saying that because you're here or whatever like that. No, and that's something that I think that I have I've probably grown with, and that I've learned how to be honest with people, and them being honest with me, and how that affects everything and all that. So, it's been fine. It's been good. I hope for you all it's been all right. I mean, I can't speak for you guys. You all might have it differently, but I don't miss. I shouldn't get into stuff, but. I can't forget. I won't miss Fairbanks sneaking around at Annapolis looking for me to catch me in between. Yeah, he's out in the freezing cold for 3 hours while I'm in a meeting, and he comes up, and I won't miss that kind of stuff. But there's some things like that. Yeah.
Did you talk to? Well, I know you talked to Frank Beamer, and did you talk to some of your other coaching colleagues to run this past them, or ask them their advice?
I talked to Frank because he's been through it, and just kind of getting a feel from him a little bit about how he handled it, how he handled the logistics of it, how he handled the emotions of it, and all that. But there's only a couple other very, very close friends that maybe I said something, but not really. No, like I said. Something I pretty well decided. you know, the biggest hang-ups were really how to handle it, how to go through the logistics, how to do this and have a press conference and tell the team and when to do this and when to do that. And what I really didn't want, I didn't want, you know, dealing with rumors and innuendos and people hearing this and people hearing that. So that was the tough part. Once I made that decision to keep it closed in, to not do it before, you know, that's so it got out, because how things travel nowadays with the social media and all that. I really did. It was very, very important to me, and Samantha will, I'm sure, go along with that. That it was very important to me that I did not want leaks, and I didn't want to get out, and I didn't want stuff to do it before I had a chance to actually tell my kids, and then tell my coaches, and then tell the players. That's the way in which I handled the progression. You know, told my kids on Saturday, told the team, the coaches on Sunday, and then told the players Sunday night. And then we kicked out the release, and after we had done all of that, it was fine, okay with me to release it. But that's the progression.
Coach, what was your family's immediate reaction when you made this?
They were, I think, a little surprised that it was actually happening, because they've known nothing but William Mary football, nothing. But they want the best for me, and I told them this was the best for me. And then once they realized that, they were 100% behind it. That's basically it.
Will they also be adjusting to being around the house more?
No, they're all out. See, that's another thing, Brian. I got kids. They've all, you know, gone to college and got jobs and done this and that. And I mean, they're in 4 different states now. And it's one of the things about coaching that is difficult is that your time, for the most part, is not yours. I mean, you're not. And again, like I said, I got to do it the old school way. I don't know any other way to do it. So I certainly haven't had a chance to go see them very much at all, interact with them, you know, personally and things like that. And so that was another factor that got into this mix, is that when I got them spread around different parts in the country, now it's, you know, that's tough. That's really tough. And I got a couple granddaughters, and I don't ever get to see, and, you know, things like that. But you know, that's life. And I never complained about that with my job. And they understood it. They never, my kids and all, never complained about that. Never, ever. But it's just kind of to the point where we need to change that. Okay. Anything else, guys?
I'd like to address a couple of things about this team.
I don't know. I didn't know if y'all would ever get around to this year's team.
There are not many seniors yet. It's an experienced team to a large
We played a lot of guys last year that were young, you know, redshirt freshmen, so on and so forth. And I think that's good and bad, but I think it gives us great enthusiasm. They've got good experience. I mean, especially you look on defense, we're pretty solid just about everywhere across the board. Offensively, we've got a few skilled people back who've been hurt. You know, Albert's back at running back, Devontae back at receiver, Jalen Christian back at receiver, he missed a lot. You know, so you know, we've got all our quarterbacks returning. These guys have worked extremely hard. They've been here all summer. I certainly think that's going to be a big area of improvement, and we've got to get a little bit of depth on our offensive line. We've got to get some guys come through there. But I'm looking forward to seeing how we progress. But I'm pleased with that.
It seems like you went through, I don't know, 10 quarterbacks last year. I mean, can you talk a little bit about that position, what you're expecting, and how important it is that the quarterback produce this year?
Well, I think you look at this league, and you look at how tough this league is, and if you're going to be successful in this league, you've got to play great defense and you've got to have great quarterback play. I think if you get those two things clicking, you're going to win more than you're not going to win. So it's going to be important. It's going to be important for us to do a good job coaching the quarterbacks and putting them in situations where they can be comfortable and giving them the tools to be successful too. And the biggest thing that I've always said about good quarterback play comes down to decision making good decisions, whether it's
where to throw, where not to throw, what play to check to, things like that, or what to do in a scramble situation. But it comes down to decision making, and that's what we'll gauge our quarterback thing on right now.
Can you refresh just basically, I know there's no set starter, but can you
Right.
refresh us kind of on the lineup as it is?
Teddy Hefner and Sean Mitchell are starting off as 1, 2, and then Dean and Brandon are right there behind them, and they're going to be battling 2, and we're going to try to narrow it down a lot sooner this year than we did last year and going, because again, they all got a year under their belt and they're further along. So we'll hopefully we'll get a pretty good reading as we get into the preseason.
You mentioned the leadership on this team. What else do you like about this year's group?
Well, I think we had probably the most we've ever had here during the summer insofar as working out and conditioning. So that tells you that they understand the importance of that, understand the importance of working together. But I mean, attitude has been excellent. I haven't seen anything there that would concern me there. So, but again, I haven't seen them practice yet either. I haven't seen them go out there and run reps and do that. So we'll start that with this afternoon and go on into preseason, and let's see how they go with it. Okay. Anything else for you guys? Well, again, I appreciate y'all coming. I appreciate the support that you all have given us, everybody, throughout the years, and appreciate the players being here. And let's get ready for a great year. Go Tribe, right? All right. See you.